welcome. I'm Akrup Dillon, Principal Product Manager with Oracle, and today we're going to be talking about DevOps. Joining me is Duncan Hardy, Principal Product Manager in the Oracle Solaris Product Management Group. So thanks for joining today, Duncan.
It's great. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. So tell me about DevOps. What I'm hearing, it's really a culture and this merging of traditional development and IT into one so you can have more automated delivery.
Yeah,
it's
definitely something that's come of age. We all know there's you're far too young, but I'm old enough to know that there's no such thing as a new idea in IT. But around 1994, 96, there was an idea of agile programming that came along, and this kind of birthed this, as you very well put it, this kind of philosophy around DevOps. Mm-hmm. And it's really a contrast between, the traditional what we call the waterfall release method. So, you're as familiar with the customers as I am. They might have a release once a year, maybe every 18 months. And the thing with DevOps is this idea of technical debt. So as soon as you code something but don't ship it, this debt builds up, and the longer it takes, the kind of worse things get, the more code you have to maintain. Right. So DevOps kind of addresses this by having the idea of, almost they call CI/CD, constant integration, constant delivery, of just as soon as you make this small code change, then you go in and you push it live, as it were. Right. And you hit the key buzzword there. If you're doing these changes, then you're going to need some automation. And the reason I say that is, we have customers that, as I said, do something maybe once a year. Yeah. In a DevOps environment, you could be making thousands of changes or 10,000s of changes every day, and we have some customers that actually do that. Right. So without automation around it, you're going to be absolutely stuffed, because I don't know about you, but I can't type 10,000 words in a day, never mind manage 10,000 systems. So yeah, it's a really great area. The other good thing about it is it's not just a flash in the pan. There's extreme measurable benefits from it. We see more and more reports coming out about customers, getting to market faster, having less problems when they first kind of push things out, or identifying those problems more quickly as well. So it's a good space. Right.
I mean, we are seeing customers adopting this methodology and philosophy and releasing much more frequently. Yeah. If I'm an Oracle Solaris customer, then can I do DevOps? And what are some of the benefits maybe that this platform brings?
You absolutely can do DevOps. We're trying to shout this from the rooftops, so I'm glad for the opportunity today to talk to everyone about it. You look at the area of DevOps, and there's one of the great things about it is there's lots of different stacks that you can choose and lots of different things. But maybe if you pick on an area like Java, if you want to do a Java DevOps environment on Solaris, people might be surprised to hear, well, I hope they're not, but you can do it. Right. And you look at the standard stack, you might want to have something like Git for a repository for your code. You might want to have Jenkins as your CI/CD environment. You might have something like Maven to do building of the Java pieces, JUnit to do the testing, and then Puppet to push things out. Well, guess what? Those are all available on Solaris today. The configuration files that everybody's used to configuring this on, say, another Linux variant are exactly the same. So there's no overhead and switching. And what we've seen some of our customers start to do is setting up parallel environments. So they'll leave the developer alone, they'll let him just sit on whatever he's on, be it Mac or something else, and then the back end they'll start introducing not only, say, a Linux x86 thing, but a Solaris x86 track, and then go into Solaris Spark track, and they can compare and contrast what's going on. The other piece, well, what does Solaris bring? We always like to think that we add value in the space. We've been talking about our up-and-coming future release here, and there's some really good things that we're talking about that are equally valid in the DevOps space. In DevOps, you want to understand what's going on in your environment. If I've got 10,000 things going on, I want to know the impact. Well, analytics is a fantastic tool to help you understand that environment. You can kill the services, but as far as your undercloud goes, you want to keep that running. So we've got zero downtime patch into play in that space there as well. And while it isn't DevOps itself, but it can be a tool in the DevOps chain, we've also got Docker coming as well that we've talked about a lot. So
there's
lots of stuff that we can play in there.
Great.
But a group, I've talked a lot, right? And I know, maybe our viewers don't realize that you own the developer space. So tell me about what you're doing with DevOps in the developer space.
Yeah, we're doing some really interesting things with DevOps and also with the cloud. So with Oracle Developer Studio, which is our development environment, you're able to connect using a plugin to the developer cloud service. You can very easily develop your applications. So you have that continuous integration, continuous development piece of it, and then you can deploy. We've also recently announced Spark Model 300 in the cloud. So you can deploy to Solaris x86 compute or Solaris Spark compute. So that's all very interesting and really makes the developer's life easier, IT's life easier.
Excellent.
So great discussion. Thanks,
Thank
Duncan.
you.
And thank you for watching.